Eden Zero is back, and holy crap, this chapter. I have no know how to describe what I'm feeling right now. Okay, let's just get into this. So we start out with Hermit going through Elsie's medical records as a child when they first found her. Thing is, she doesn't want any of that. What she's really looking for is a video data of the conversation they had with her. She wants to know what exactly did Elsie say the day they found her. But it's weird because she just can't find the data, which doesn't make any sense to me because it's Hermit. Her entire job is to handle the brain of Eden Zero, so the fact that she can't seem to find it means that Ziggy most likely hid it away somewhere. Back to the fight with Magnolia, she basically just quickly transforms into overdrive, like off the rip she goes into overdrive, and orders her dragons to attack Justice, and they just rip straight through the dragon that Justice is standing on. They don't even hesitate to kill it. They then start attacking Homaru, and of course she's as nimble as ever, so she's able to dodge out of the way. And she fires off her strong attack, Odin Strike, which is just all of her swords, but dozens of them just firing all at once. The only problem is that she was only able to destroy one. It was basically a meaningless attack at that point, because there are hundreds of dragons surrounding them. Okay, and here's something really interesting. So Justice attacked Magnolia, and Magnolia responds by fucking bashing him away. But before that happens, he asked, where are all these dragons coming from? Where are you breeding them? And her response is, oh, you haven't figured it out? It's here. I'm doing it here. She is not the creator of the dragons. The dragons have apparently existed for eons at this point, but apparently she decided to collect a few of them and basically breed them and replicate them over and over again here on Leonard using basically a weapon of mass destruction called Morbius. Quite simply, this machine is able to just produce out constantly mechanized soldiers. In this case, she decided to make dragons. Apparently, James knew about this machine known as Morbius because apparently it was public knowledge, but he says it was discontinued on Leonard. It was not meant to be finished, and Magnolia responds by saying, yeah, publicly it was announced that it was discontinued, but in secret, the kingdom continued the process and finished the invention. And this is the crazy part, because James then says, so you stole it and started making dragons ever since? And her response is, stole it. I'm its creator. I'm just letting Z borrow it. And Justice is like, wait, you're Larnian? And basically, Magnolia is like, you know what? I'm done with this conversation. Orders one of her dragons to basically flap right above James as he's falling and fucking fires a laser blast at him. Yeah, so Homer, of course, flies over with her her giant soldier mech and is able to cover James before he dies. He's confused on why she's protecting him, but I'm sure they'll have to explain that later. Honestly, I was really worried that he was going to lose focus on killing Magnolia and focus on trying to kill Homer last chapter, but he clearly has his priorities put together, so he's a man with a brain at least. Magnolia then says that she hates human children and that she prefers machines because they always listen to her mother, to their mother. Yeah, so she has no problem laying waste to all of humanity and all things as long as she has her dragons, because that means she can still be a mother. Also, she doesn't care that she gave up her flesh and became an android, because once again, none of that matters to her as long as she gets to rule as her and have her children. So yeah, James finally puts two and two together and realizes this is actually the Queen of Lunaria, Elsie's mother. Honestly, I kind of feel like an idiot that I didn't realize it myself that she was Elsie's mother, because in the last chapter, in a flashback, we got to see what Elsie's mother looks like, and it's literally just Urza's mother from Fairy Tail, and if you didn't know anything about her, she's known as the mother of all dragon slayers. So yeah, Magnolia would be who is referred to as the mother of dragons. Yeah, that actually adds up. Pretty obvious hint, but I can't believe I never realized it. But none of that fucking matters, because Elsie cuts her mother in half in a sneak attack. Like, she literally comes out of nowhere. I don't even know how the fuck she got past all the dragons without being seen. Now, she's an android now, so she's alive, but she's barely hanging on, and Elsie starts to activate Grand Chariot. That's when the Justice starts screaming at her, begging her to stop, because that's her mother. That is the queen. That's his queen. And Elsie's like, I know. Does Grand Chariot fucking vaporizes her. And the chapter just ends with Elsie declaring that she'll be taking Mobius. Now, there are two ways it can go. Option one, Elsie is currently being controlled by the true enemy, and the true enemy has been trying to get their hands on Mobius and Mother this entire time, in which case, this is very, very, very bad. Or, it's also bad in another way, because Elsie could have snapped emotionally to the point where she's now trying to use Mobius to resurrect her crew as android, which would be really fucked up thing to do, and it would be best if she stopped from doing that, because that's kind of psychotic. But with that being said, it would not surprise me that Elsie is at a point where she just doesn't care anymore and is willing to use, I'm assuming, a weapon of mass destruction that she started a civil war to destroy, but now basically using that very thing that she was against, basically fit her own ends in how she wishes the world to be. So yeah, I think she's just going down a dark path at this point. I don't think she's being controlled. I don't think she's the true enemy. I just think she's just a broken girl who is at this point going to fuck everything up just to satisfy her own pain. I have a feeling that Justice is going to have to do the thing that he claimed he's always wanted to do, but we all know he didn't actually want to do it. I think he's going to have to kill Elsie. I think Elsie's dying this arc. Yeah, like I said in a previous review, I think we're at the point in the arc where everything starts to go to shit. Everything starts to fall apart. Everything just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And we don't really get the climax that we're hoping for. That seems to be how these stories go, and I think we're at that point. I think things are going to get much, much worse now. And like Elsie is one of those people who's just going to have to die. Alright, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, give a thumbs up so you can enjoy more Eaton Zoo and other anime things. Thank you and have a great day.